Hello everyone, welcome to Online Labs. In this video, I'm going to talk about the questions that will be asked based on the visualizations. So you will be getting at least 2 to 3 questions based on visualization. So you have to know about each and every visualization that is present in the show. Don't worry, they would not ask any questions related to your advanced visualizations. They will be asking only questions related to visualization that is being presented in the showing section. So, you have to know the details about each and every graph presented here, and also the main thing is, see, when you mouse over on each and every visualization, you could see the requirement section here. That is, if I want to create a text table, I should have at least one or more dimensions and one or more measures. Same if I want to create a line chart, the date field is mandatory. So they may ask you questions based on this. That is, they will ask you like what type of charts you can create based on one single measure or only with the dimension. So these types of questions they may ask you. For example, some sample questions I have taken. So which type of plots are most often used to visualize the distribution of single continuous measure? So they are asking like only with the single continuous measure. So what all the graphs you can choose. So we already know like for histograms we just need a single measure. So if you want to create a histogram, you just need a single measure. But along with that, is there any other uh, graph possible with single continuous measure? So what you need to do, so don't take risk even if you know the answer. Just pull a single measure, use the Tableau hands-on and try to pull the single measure and just check whether any other charts are also possible along with this. Okay, see, you can create a histogram, you can create a horizontal bar graph and text tables. So all these things you can create with a single continuous measure. And just put one more dimension on it. And now you can see what are the other graphs suitable when you have one dimension and one measure. A bullet chart combines with a bar chart. So a bullet chart combines with a bar chart with what? So bullet charts are actually the combination of your bar charts and reference lines. Okay, so you have to pick the answer reference lines. Okay, so okay, let's go one by one. I will just give you the brief intro about these charts. You can also listen to my charts and graphs video which I have already posted, where I would have talked in detail about each graph. So in this graph, in this video, I'm going to talk more specifically like what you need to concentrate for certification purposes. Okay. So as I said, try to go try to go through, not go through anyway. You are going to have your Tableau software when you are taking the certification. So just cross check, like when they are asking something like what can be done with a single measure, or what can be done without dimensions, what all the charts you can create. If you are getting questions like that, try to cross check your answer with the Tableau software, and then you can give the proper answer. Okay, so people who are new to Tableau, like if you don't have experiences creating these graphs, I will tell you about these graphs. Mainly the first 3 sections, we call it as the table sections, where you can create a normal text table. So where you can create a normal text table. So this we call it as the text tables. You just need one or more dimension or one or more measures to create a text table. Okay, and heat maps are mainly based on your color and size of the uh, graph. So here the color and size plays the major role, where if you see the values are transformed into symbols. Okay, by default they are using the square boxes. If you want, you can change to shape and you can choose whatever shapes you want. So this is called as heat maps. And highlighted tables, it's used to highlight the values automatically based on values which we use in the visualization, but you cannot use more than one measure. Remember this point, for highlighted tables, you cannot use more than one measure, where it will work only with single measure. Okay, so it will work only with your single measure. And then for any geographical requirements, we choose the map. So you have two types of maps, that is symbol maps and field maps. So this is symbol map. This is field map. See, in both the things I have used the same fields. I have created a state map where I have used sum of sales in the size in the first map and sum of sales in the color in the second map. Since it is represented by symbols, we call it as a symbol map. So here it is filled by colors. It's called as a field map or map. Okay. So they may also ask you a question like, what if there is no latitude or longitude generated field in your data source? See, we have two generated fields here. These are generated fields which doesn't comes from your original data source. When you connect to any data source, and if you have any column related to your geographical areas like country, state, city, region, anything, at least only if one geographical field is present in your data source only, you will be getting these two generated fields. That is your latitude generated, longitude generated. So these generated fields are used to map the geographical dimensions on your map visualization. Okay, in case when you are connecting to a data source and you don't have any field corresponding to geographical locations, in that cases you will not be getting this latitude and longitude generated. Okay, so they will be asking a question like, when you connect to a data source and if you don't find these generated files and what it says. So you have to choose the answer like there is no particular geographical field in that particular data source. Okay, you may also expect questions like this. Then the pie charts, so proportional graphs, the pie chart, so you have the pie charts. We have the different bar graphs. So you have the normal bar graphs, any visualization which you're going to use it for ranking from the highest to lowest or lowest to highest. Bar graphs are the most suitable graphs. Okay, so you can use either a vertical bar graph or a horizontal bar graph. So they may also ask about this default sort option. see, you have this sort control here in order to sort your graphs in ascending or descending. How to stop this sort controls? If you go to the worksheet, you have something called show sort control. If this show sort control is not checked, then you will not be having this sort control. Okay, so only when the option is being checked, you will be having this sort controls, which you can use to sort your graphs directly on the view. So we have stacked bars, side by side bar graphs, tree maps, so mostly tree maps where you can drill down to various levels of hierarchies. Tree map and the packed bubbles are most beautiful kind of visualizations which we can use to visualize larger objects, and also you can use for hierarchical items where you can drill down to various levels and you can analyze the values easily. And already I have mentioned in my previous video, see in tree map you cannot have this sizing option. See, this may also come as a question. Okay, so you will not be having this sizing options in tree maps as well as in the packed bubbles as well. I mean, you cannot adjust the size. And for any kind of line charts or area charts, the date field is mandatory in Tableau. Without a date field, you cannot create any line charts or area charts. Okay, since we have the date column, you can create discrete lines as well as the continuous lines, same like discrete charts also. And one more important term where you will be surely getting at least one question based on that is your dual axis graphs. Okay, so you may get a question on dual axis part. So how you will create a dual axis? So in order to create a dual axis chart where when I have two measures, so you have to click on the second measure and choose the option dual axis. You can also go for synchronizing the axis to set the same values. You may either get a theoretical question or hands-on as well based on the dual axis. So be clear with the concepts how to create the dual axis charts. Okay, we can also called as dual axis charts can also be called as the combination chart as well. Okay, so it can also be called as the dual combination chart as well. So this term may also be asked. Then about scatter plots. So scatter plots, so to create a scatter plots mainly you need two continuous measures. Okay, so see which chart type will best visualize the relationship between two continuous measures. So this there may be some questions similar to this. So the answer is your scatter plots. So for scatter plots, mainly you need two continuous measures, and if you want to analyze values with any dimension, then you can place that particular value on the detail section. Okay, so you can also use shapes in scatter plots. So that small, minute things are more important. Okay, so I have heard from so many people. They said like I have these many work experiences and I have like practiced everything, but I couldn't clear the certification. The thing is like we would concentrate on read on the concepts which is like very bigger and like we will be thinking these things are very minute and they're not important, but they are asking questions with these minute informations like they may ask you like for what charts the shape section will be coming and for what chart the shape section will not be coming. Even when we have worked like we are several years with Tableau, we would have not noticed these things. But see, in certification, they are giving importance to these minute things. So that's why we have to be thorough with each and every small concepts. Then histograms, as I already told you, when you want to create a histogram, the main thing is you just need a single measure. And histograms mainly use the concept called bins. Okay. So if you are not aware of bins, just watch my video group sets and bins. I would have explained about bins. Okay. So bins are mainly used for creating uh, buckets of values based on your continuous field. Okay, mainly to analyze your continuous fields, we go for bins, and histograms plays a major role with bins because see, when you just place a single measure and create a histogram, it automatically converts that to a bin value. And Gantt charts are mainly used for capturing the duration of activities. Bullet graphs, the combination of your bar graphs and reference lines. Scatter plots, box and whisker. So then I also ask you questions related to box and whisker plots. Like box and whisker plots are statistical bar graphs mainly based on your median value and your upper quartile and lower quartile value. Okay, so be thorough with the box and whisker plots also. Okay, and also like if you see in the certification guide itself, they would have asked you to go through this visual analysis best practices guide. Definitely go through this. It will be helpful for certification as well as if you are guys are new to Tableau, you may get different perspective how to choose a visualization, how to choose the right visualization based on the requirements. Okay, so it is a very good document, and also it will help you to understand about each and every visualization in a better way. So definitely go through this document before going for the certification. So you will be have you can easily answer the questions or how much ever it has been twisted or see, the main thing here is in theoretical questions, they are asking multiple answers questions. So that is the most trickier part. You can easily clear the hands-on part. You can, if it is a single choice question, it is easy. But when they are asking multiple answer questions, so sometimes we feel like all the four answers are wrong, or sometimes we feel like all the four answers are right. Okay, so only when you are very thorough with those concepts, you can correctly choose the answers for multiple answer questions. So definitely go through this document here. You will know about how to choose the right visualization based on each requirement. That is, in case of distribution, what chart we have to choose. In case of trend, what chart we have to choose. In case of correlation, what chart we have to choose. Like that, they would have explained each and every graph with different perspective. There is also one more document I got from Tableau only, good enough to great. So this document also provides you details related to the pre-attentive attributes. That is, how the visualizations and the pre-attentive attributes are connected. That is, I told you, like this. These are the pre-attentive attributes: your color, size, labels, details, totals. So how these things are connected with each visualization. So try to get this document and also read it. So they also have different perspective of explanation about each and every graph and the visualization. So when you are comparing the categories, what graph you need to use. In case of distribution, trend lines, geographical analysis, and where shapes will be most useful, where color is more useful, and where shapes, size is more useful. They have explained everything in a very clear way. Hope I have explained the things related how you have to prepare with respect to visualizations for your certification. Thanks for watching the video. Let's meet in the next. next video.